Hello everyone, this is Food is a Conversation Alumni Edition, session 56. Very happy to invite someone from India on stage with me today. But what are these conversations about? Well, we host these conversations twice a week, once on Tuesday and once on Thursday, in different times to make sure that we cover the different time zones where our alumni and climate and food shapers are located around the world. So you will hear their stories. How did they actually end up joining any of the educational programs what the Future Food Institute organized so far? Let it be the master course, what I attended in 2018, the Food Innovation Program, or any summer schools or other educational programs, including the Food and Climate Shaper boot camps. This is actually a very timely matter because our next digital edition will kick off on the 5th of March. So if you would like to join this community, please check out the Future Food Academy website and apply. The application actually closed this Sunday for the next cohort. It will be a 4-week part-time course, and you will find more information on the website, plus hear some from Vanshika, who is joining me. We attended the program in November. So check out the program. It's part-time. I promise it will fit in your schedule even next to a full-time job. And you will meet so many inspiring people from all over the world, including the participants and the speakers as well. Hi, Vanshika.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too.
Very good.
Thank you for
I
having me
actually,
here.
yes, thank you for making time. I actually finished everything I wanted to share, and I mean, we will talk about so many things along the next 20 to 30 minutes. So let's jump right in. Would you mind introducing yourself and telling the audience where are you dialing in from, and what is your connection to the Future Food Network?
Yes, so I am a alumnus or an alumni
Alumna,
of
yes.
Future Food Institute. I did my course in December. And I am dialing in from Gurgaon in India, and I am a chef and owner of a restaurant, a cafe, and in the future a few more things, which is not revealing. I'm not revealing that right now, but yeah. So I am a chef owner, and I run my own restaurant. I take all the decisions with my partners and my sister, and yeah, we do that here, and we try to be as focused on everything local as possible. And all the situation, the COVID, everything has kind of helped us promote that even more because everything, all the ports shut down. And all you had is local, so it's kind of helped us promote that in our restaurant and otherwise in our lives as well.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you hear about the bootcamp back then? What was your reference point, and why did you think this could be? Because you're already doing so many things for our food system, also educating your guests in the restaurant and everything. So what was your goal when you joined the bootcamp?
So I got to know about this through Chef Radhika Khandelwal, who is another chef owner here in Delhi NCR, and she has her own restaurant called Fig and Maple. And she was doing this course, and I saw on her Instagram that this is something which is really interesting. And at that point, I needed more knowledge and more kind of stones to be able to do a lot more. I needed more access to information. I needed more access to people who were doing similar things. And I thought that this platform could mean a lot and would give me that access that I need to further the whole cause that I am after.
Okay, and did we succeed? Did we meet
Yes.
your expectations?
Yes, I mean the number of people that we met throughout the month is amazing. Everything was online, and I hadn't met or spoken to so many people in so long, and the quality of knowledge that was given to us as students, and the type of people we were conversing with. We had mentors and all of that, and I could ask personal business related questions, struggles that I'm facing to promote plant-based food, or certain types of foods that I want to promote. So these were people who were already experienced in these areas. So it was a very good course, which was also collaborative. So we were not just students, we were also collaborating with other students, and mentors were there and everything. So it was, I didn't feel like a student, but I felt like part of the whole Future Food Institute.
Yeah, I feel this is one of the unique elements of the program, that through the other participants as well, not only from the lecturers or speakers, you can actually learn from each other, and you can also share your experiences with the others.
Yeah.
So someone from the audience asked, "What kind of knowledge are you talking about?" So let's talk a bit about what were your learnings, main learnings and takeaways from the boot camp.
So I try to promote a lot of, I try to research on a lot of local ingredients and techniques and equipment, utensils and ways of cooking, ways of preserving. I kind of try to research a lot on that. And after a bit, I kind of felt stuck at a point that I didn't know where to go from there. Okay, I've put it on the menu, fine. I've introduced it. I've done a few videos on social media. What next? How can I take it to the next level? So that is why I decided to do the course, and that is the kind of knowledge that I was seeking. And I got answers for that. I got to know from Chris Kraus, who's based in Japan, that I can make a manifesto for my restaurant and talk more about it, because he went through my menu online on our website, and he said, you're using so many different types of ingredients and techniques, but do people know about it? Do your guests know about it? You try to talk to them, but how much can you talk? So why not put together a manifesto and place it in your restaurant, in your cafe? It's there for anybody to read. And I felt, and he gave me uh, what do you call that? Like little examples of different manifestos that are there, and which was very helpful to me. And I didn't exactly make a manifesto, but I'm kind of trying to build some sort of like a knowledge book, so that whoever for our staff, for our team members, who can kind of go through it, and they also learn about it before I can go to the guests and talk about it. So everybody who's involved in our team, we have a big team, they also need to know a lot before we can go to the audience about it. So it was very helpful.
Very nice. So the boot camp at the end also is it concludes in a hackathon, which is like
Yes.
you start already working together with the teams over the past
Hmm.
2 weeks of the program, but then you have this very intense 48 hours when you are
Yes.
assigned other team members from other time zones. So we also had an extra complexity how you organize the meetings and everything. And your team was actually in one of the best three ideas or solutions what you came up with. So do you want to tell the audience what was the challenge, what you worked on, and what was the solution? And I'm very curious to hear if there is something going on with this idea now.
Yes, there's definitely something going on with the idea. Actually, today in the evening, we have another meeting, and we're developing the whole thing even more. Our idea, our main thing is called Feed for Future. And we are focusing on four SDG goals, that's Sustainable Development Goals. That's zero hunger, inclusive education, resilient, sustainable cities, and sustainable consumption and production. We are focusing on these four SDGs specifically because each and every topic is so wide that you need to kind of, that's what we learned, that you need to focus more, make it more narrow, don't make it very wide, so that you can get a very focused solution to a very focused problem. And our problem basically was that how might we empower feeders to be the change makers for better sustainable practices and also um, in entrepreneurial practices. So it's not just about cooking the food, but also making it into a sustainable business as well. Because if you're not making it money, if your business is not sustainable, you will not be able to do everything that you want to do, because everything costs something. So that was our problem, and this is the solution that we came up with. And we are working on it. We're a team of four from different countries. So we and try to kind of manage our times and our work, and we will be focusing on these particular four SDGs. And we've come up with a solution that for which we now just right now all we need to do is do lots and lots of surveys. So we have questionnaires for chefs, we have questionnaires for business owners, suppliers, we have questionnaires for consumers, and we're just kind of making it all more formal so that and easier for people to understand. We don't want to make it a complicated survey so that people actually feel that they can, just take out 2 minutes of their time and fill out the survey. So we have lots of questionnaires almost ready, and we're going to be sending it out there in the world for people to fill out so we can have a rating system so that is what it is. It's a rating system for not just restaurants, but restaurant suppliers and consumers on their sustainable practices. So we need to kind of fill the surveys right now, get the surveys in, and then accordingly we will go ahead and start developing the app.
Amazing. So, tell me, who are the other team members? Just to tell the others what other cultures are also involved in this project.
So one of them is Abby. She is in America. She used to be a chef, but right now and then she used to work with Airbnb in the marketing
In the
sector and
food department. Yeah, yeah.
food department, and curating different themes for them and curating different ideas for them, and kind of organizing everything. So right now she's the main kind of organizer for us because she's very good at it. And then we have mm, mm, sorry, hold on. Uh,
I think you
I'm
have
very bad with
Jessica
names.
as well, right?
Yeah, we have Jessica, who's also a chef. She is from Canada, but is in Italy right now. She's working with Osteria Franciscana, and they're in lockdown right now, so that's giving her a lot of time to focus on the project as well. And they keep opening and closing, so we're kind of battling
Yeah.
with that. And then we have Ahmed, who was in college actually, so he was also studying, and he's a tech guy because he knows a lot about that. And he's from Pakistan, so he and I have similar time zones, so that's great. But that's the team, so we're the four of us, and we're
Amazing.
kind of working on it, and it's
All
gonna
right.
be good.
I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm very excited to hear the progress. Also, if someone would want to support your project right now, what do you think would be the most useful? Is that financial support? Is that access to certain stakeholder network? So, what would be useful for you if someone is out there listening now and would like to jump and help?
So right now, we really need to fill out the surveys. So we will be releasing the surveys pretty soon, and I will put it on my social media. I'll send it to Future Food. We'll send it to Future Food as well. We'll see whatever support we can get from whomever. We want to spread out the survey right now. That's our main focus. The financial support comes in next when we have all the data with us and we can give a very focused presentation to financial supporters so that they know what they're financing. So that is the next step. But at this point, we need to understand what people are thinking and also educating them as well. So going on educating drives, going to restaurants, talking to chefs, talking to suppliers that, do you know what is sustainability? Do you know these different goals that we need to fulfill to 2030? Do you even know about that? So that is the education bit is very, very important right now.
Amazing. All right, so we will spread the word. You just need to share
Thank
with us the
you.
surveys, and we will make sure that it reaches the most possible people. So I think also this is part of this project, but also what you have been doing, the roles of chefs and feeders, as you call them in this case, is very important in the literacy, the food literacy of everyone, including the
Hmm.
consumers as well. And their collaboration with producers can also help and make the change, because they can be basically this bridge between the consumer and the producer, telling them what is demand for what, oh my god, that was not the right sentence. So if there is demand for
Yeah.
certain products, or help them to experiment with new ingredients, actually fostering more biodiversity, and then implement it in their menus like you do. So you're also part of the Chef Manifesto.
Yes.
Can you tell us what your mission is, or how do you see this role that I just explained of chefs in our food system?
Yes, so Chef's Manifesto focuses on SDG 2, that's Zero Hunger, and it's a community of chefs who it's made by chefs and it's kind of run by chefs. It's to kind of spread the knowledge about biodiversity that's there, and there are a few thematic areas that are also. It's kind of made in a very nice way, and you can check it out online on the SDG2 Advocacy Hub, the website, or Chef's Manifesto. And we focus on basically coming up with new and interesting ways to make people more interested and make things trending using chefs as the influencers to make things and ingredients and preserving the culture trending, so that people kind of follow that trend and they start following these steps in their daily lives as well. And we think food is something that everybody relates to throughout the world. So that's how we all are connected as well. We are chefs, but also that's how we kind of try to reach to people who are not chefs by talking about food and making things very, very simple, and not complicating things too much, and just making them very simple so that it can be implemented in their everyday lives, and they can follow all these little simple steps to be more sustainable.
Yeah, I think that's very important, that we also try to educate or communicate about actions what everyone can take. And
Yes.
those, maybe they sound very small, and those are something what you can do on a daily basis, but all those small steps add up, and then we can actually have a global impact. Um,
Yeah.
so I
It's
also
all
learned
about
about,
action now. I said it's
exactly,
all about action now. We don't have time to wait. We just need to act, 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 and
exactly,
get to the goals. Yeah.
exactly. So I recently learned about another project what you are working on, called the Banu Revival Project. I would like to learn, like, understand more about it.
Bannu is a place in Pakistan, and my ancestors migrated from there during the partition of India and Pakistan. That's when they migrated to India. So we are Banwals, like that's our tribe, if you call it that. And the cultures are kind of specific, and the way people are, how determined they are, and how hardworking they are, and the food, and there are songs, and there's like cultures and things like that, which are kind of they were kind of dying. So that's why my sister and I we started this revival project. So that our generation can kind of document everything that's there and talk to our grandparents who are the ones who migrated. They were little kids by then. They were 4 or 5 years old, 7 years old. My maternal grandfather was actually 13 years old, so he remembers quite a bit. And we're just kind of documenting everything that's there so that we can tell our future generations that, this was the history, this is where we came from. And I feel very strongly that culture needs to be preserved, and going back is kind of the answer for everything. Like that is something that I truly believe in. The way things were preserved earlier, things were cooked earlier, what they used to eat, everything was local. There was no import. There was no refrigeration. It was all of that is pretty recent here. I mean, even when my grandparents were younger, there was no refrigeration. There was no TV, there was no internet, there was none of that. So they were just eating what they had around them. So I'm not saying that, just stop watching the television, or no, all that is very good. You can get to learn from different cultures and integrate those cultures with yours, but also remember what they used to eat and how they used to behave, and how much respect they used to give to their food, because that is all you have, and it'll go bad if you don't consume it properly. So don't get too much, don't waste too much. So just going back to that kind of sense, it was kind of why I went towards the Bannu Revival project and started preserving my culture as well.
Amazing. I wish at one point we can call this common sense, right? Because
Yeah.
we also had a research project and a dinner about nutrition inequalities and gaps worldwide. And many areas in the world, we are losing the knowledge about nutrition. We used to
Yes.
have these communities who were completely well aware of the health benefits of certain products and fruits and vegetable herbs, everything what they were growing and picking for their diet. But those has not been documented, as you said, and slowly but surely, with all the influence of the westernized diet, it's disappearing. So this diversity loss is not only in like biodiversity, but also the knowledge about our diverse culinary cultures, or also different traditions, what you also mentioned. So I think this is very important. So is this something what you do in your side, like free time, but you still have somewhere?
There is never any free time, I must tell you. But I'm happy about that. That whenever I find any little bit of time, I can try to, talk to people, talk to grandparents, try to kind of accumulate all of that. And it's very, as you said, it has to become common sense. There are a lot of different traditions in India that are followed, that started with very scientific reasons. For example, this is an example that I give to a lot of places, because this is something which is so common in every household, that you soak lentils, you wash lentils, and you drain that water, and you soak lentils, you drain that water, and then you cook them. Why do you do that? Do you know the answer?
I no
No.
one ever could tell me. They just said that then it's easier to cook.
That's what that is, yeah, exactly. It's easier to cook, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's what everybody thinks. But
Exactly.
actually, what happens is that the outer layer of the lentils, and the lentils themselves, they have a lot of anti-nutrients in them, and that kind of kills the benefits of lentils, which are a lot of benefits, a lot of proteins. It's very good, a lot of fiber, a lot of very good for your health. But if you don't wash them and soak them and remove that water, you will have those anti-nutrients in your body as well. So you need to soak them and drain that water. Don't throw the water away, just put it in your plants. And that's something which is so common. It's done in every household in India, and everywhere else in the world. Italy uses a lot of lentils. There's lentils being used everywhere in the world, and they soak it, they wash it, but they don't know why. So this is something that really tiny things of basic like knowledge which is lost, and somehow someone actually, I think, in the past studied about it, And that is why this process started, right? I don't know where it started, but this was the reason. This was the
Yes,
reason. And obviously, it cooks faster. You use less energy to cook it. If you cover it with a lid, it'll use less energy to cook it. So these things are all common sense, but also kind of study about it, learn about it, know why you're doing that. It's very important.
exactly. That was a great example because I think everyone can relate to it. Everyone, and that's why we kept
Exactly.
buying the canned version of these legumes,
Oh
right?
my
Because
God.
then you don't even need to spend time with it. Yeah. Oh, well, exactly. So we are approaching the end of the conversation, and I always have one question what I ask from everyone, and that's how your preferred food future looks like.
Um, I don't want us to go backwards. We as a species we've developed a lot and we've learned a lot. So I don't want us to go backwards, but I do want uh, our future of the food to be more and more local. And I want people to respect what is growing around them. And even if you're from another country and you're living in another country, just respect that okay, you're here now, and this is what is growing around you. So eat that. Don't no, I am from this country and this is what I want to eat, and I'm going to import and I'm going to bring that with me. So that's kind of right now something that's in my head.
Yes. And then listen to Chef Vanshika and the fellow chefs who can actually tell you when you are looking for something, because I think it's okay to have this wish for comforting food, what you grew up with. But then why not
Yeah.
find the alternative, right? Because most of the cases you can find something what you can substitute,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely. Oh my God, there are so many substitutes. It's not even every time I go to a farmer's market, every time I talk to a farmer, they tell me about this ingredient, which I kind of, because I've worked in different parts of the world, like, oh my God, I saw this kind of an ingredient somewhere else. You can find seaweed in India. You can find the Mexican, the different colored beans that are there. I just found them in the previous Sunday market and I was so surprised, and they taste exactly the same. So now I'm going to do a Mexican brunch on the 28th of this month, and I'm using all of
Yes.
those things. So it's all local, but it all tastes the same. Avocado grows in abundance. They call them butterfruit in India down south, and it's avocado, and it tastes amazing. So you can find everything that you want around you. You just have to look for it or ask a chef.
Exactly. Very good. So that was a very good final word, Vanchika. Thank you so much. For those who
Thank you.
joined us a bit later, don't worry. This conversation will be posted on our IGTV and also on our YouTube channel. So you will be able to watch it along the other 55 sessions we hosted so far. And then stay tuned. The next conversation is next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Central European time. Vanchika, thank you again. It was lovely
Thank
to catch
you.
up. And I'm looking
Thank
forward
you.
to hear the progress and receive the surveys, right?
Yes, receive the surveys.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.